Now, I mentioned before that the index of resources is very important because of 1,000 people and hopefully another 1,000 more over the next little while join. You need to know where the resources are, and I'm going to show you those now very quickly. When I click on Login Member Management and I go down just a touch, you're going to see a light green background here. And you'll see Member Login and Choices are all on the left-hand side. If you forget your password or don't know your password, you simply click on Login Help, and then you simply type in your last name here, and your password will get sent to you literally within 3 minutes. The other resources is this welcome instruction page. A couple of good examples of how this works that we suggest that you read through it is if a person wants to know how to add listings to ICI World, you click on here, entering have and want information. And there's some special features to entering information, such as linking to your local economic development office or your local city hall to help sell the location of your properties. There's nice little features that are explained all the way through here. There's also another very important feature here. Let me just show it to you. By the way, you should always have 4 ingredients in your subject line. When we say location, we do not mean the exact address. You have the price and some sizzle. Sizzle simply means what is so good about this property over all the other properties in the same price range. Try to figure out what that hot button would be. Put it in your subject line. The subject lines on ICI World, to give you an example, are hot buttons. It's like a Twitter of commercial real estate information. So if you've heard of Anderson Cooper, who's on CNN, they use a lot of Twitter to see what's going on around the world. They have a 140 character limit. We have a 160 character limit. And so you can see all the things coming in right away. If you put all the 4 ingredients into your subject line, the location varies, the type of property. In this case, it's an investment property, and it looks like it's land. And does it have a price in here? Well, you can see all of the ingredients. Some of these people have them all. If you miss them, you're missing opportunities to trigger leads for you in the marketplace. Try to get it all filled in, all those 4 ingredients. Now, if I go back, you're going to see the same help screen, such as you see here, and you're going to see that there's a want sheet and a half sheet. These want sheets and half sheets are absolutely vital to you helping you make more money this next year than you can. I'll tell you, one person made $200,000 placing a want, and it was a salesperson, a lady, who put in a want for a $20 to $100 million office building, and she got a response, and they showed some properties, actually even had to go out of the country, showed some and came back and actually sold a property in Toronto for $50 million from placing a simple wanted $20 to $100 million office buildings. It was a mortgage broker that spotted it, talked to the owner of a property, and they said, okay, we'll call her, and they made sure that she didn't talk to anybody else, qualified that she had a legitimate client, and 8 months later, that property sold. Started from a want. So a lot of the more expensive properties, the ones from $3 to $10 million and up to $100 million, are started from a want. Small ones can start. I don't care if you're looking for a coin laundry. You put in your want here and let somebody perhaps see it. It's very easy for them to see it. You simply put in the type of property. Now, geographic limitations for a want, you should name a city, the east and west. Don't just say GTA, for instance, if it's in Toronto, because that could mean anything. Mississauga to Scarborough, could be Burlington to Oshawa, it could be almost anything. So put in the eastern and western boundaries. Put in a price range and a size range, and that's basically all you really need once you've got that in there. And then you want to put in a little bit of a sizzle. Sizzle for a buyer simply means what is so good about your buyer in the marketplace over all the other buyers in the marketplace. And you can also print out the half sheets. Now, when I do another seminar that's very similar to our understanding the powers of the internet, we call it Diamonds on the Floor in a Broker's Office. If I was to sit with you for 4 hours, I could see if there can be an improvement in making money this next year in real estate. Keep in mind, I've also been managers of offices and been in the real estate business 37 years. I'll give you a specific example. Somebody calls you on the telephone and says, I'm interested in that property you have advertised. So you tell them all about it. And then they say, well, it doesn't quite suit my needs. Thanks anyways. And just before they say goodbye, you might jump in and say, well, listen, if I was able to find out find a property that does match your description. Would you like me to call you? And they say, absolutely, you bet. And so what you want to do is whip out a want sheet right away. And you want to do what I call one of the most important things in the industry for real estate salespeople is to work that information through the industry, but you've got to capture that information first. You've got to recognize the importance of information and then write it down onto a want sheet. Once you've done that, write it down onto a want sheet, you've done one of the most important things in the industry, and that is to capture the information so that you don't lose it. You put their name, their phone number on this thing and a date, and then now you can delegate it to someone to put onto ICI World, or you can delegate it to yourself, and you've got a record of it. And then when people call you, you're able to figure out which one it is, and then bingo, next thing you know, you set up a showing, and away you go. The best one I know of, there's a lot more, but one of the nicest ones was this one for this office building. This happens for laundromats. It happens for absolutely anything. We're working the haves and the wants. You also see every member should print out these little checklists that come up here, and so that's all contained in just this one little link right here, which is entering the have and want information. Now, another resource for you, if we were to, again, kind of go back, is these training videos right here on the left. When I click on that, a dark blue page comes up, and you're going to see little popcorn boxes here, which are little videos which teach you how to do different things. People don't even realize we have a database, too, of for sale by owners. These are principal, buyers and sellers, and there's even residential ones there. You can search that. If you don't know how to search it, click on How to Search Advanced. There's a little video here, and kind of read it. These are Windows Media video files. If you're using an Apple machine, you might have to have a converter of some sort. How to search by message number. There it is. Also, down here, I talked about one of the most important webinars of the month each time is always this segment 5, how to promote your website. You can get a jump on things by clicking on this video, printing out this stuff, how to market your website from point 2, search engine optimization from Google. All of these things are helping you. I want every single one of our members to be at the top of the search engines and getting the business off the internet. That's the advantage of part of the advantage of being with ICI World, that we're teaching how to do this. We attended a World Search Engine Convention. We spent $4,000 to attend this World Search Engine Convention. There was 1,000 people in the room. There was only 2 real estate people, myself and one other person, myself from Toronto and one other person from California. Now, what was interesting is MSN was there, Yahoo was there, Google was there, and they're all showing us how to make our websites more relevant to the searching public. And we are going to share these 5 basic things. If you don't have the 5 basic things, you're still not going to be getting traffic. With these 5 basic things, it will optimize you, and then you're going to be getting more traffic coming to your website. We'll also show you how you can be at the top of the search engines literally within 48 hours, and how you can learn how to do that. It might seem overwhelming to you right now, but just break it down a step at a time. This is something I mentioned before, that you're going to be promoting your website the rest of your life. Maybe once a month, learn something and go from there. Don't try to learn it all at once. It can kind of tune you right out because there's so much to kind of learn here. But we're trying to open everyone's eyes that there's great things going on out here for the people that pay attention and start to apply these things. When you have problems, you come into any webinar. We usually teach these webinars from around the 11 o'clock mark to 12. Sometimes we run over to 12:15, which it looks like we might be today.